Hi Scorpio, welcome to your October 2019 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Happy early birthday to those of you celebrating in October as well. And also, just to let you guys know, I actually have decided to resume the personal readings in October. So if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for all that. And also, thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. All right, so with all that out of the way, the spread we have in front of us is a spread I call the Bridging the Gap spread, and the way it works is on the left side we have your energies towards the connection with your main love interest. On the right side we have their energies towards the connection, and these are the past energies, present energies, future energies. Then once we're through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. All right, and then the deck on the left side is the Lover's Path Tarot. Deck on the right side is Tarot of Sexual Magic. Okay, so with that out of the way, the past position on your side, we have Triumph. This is actually the equivalent of the World card in the regular tarot. But what I'm seeing here is this could just be saying that, you guys might have overcome some adversity or challenges in the connection successfully. Another way this could be playing out too is maybe the main challenge might have been that it could have been a long distance connection. Maybe you guys weren't living in the same city. For example, maybe one of you went away for school, or I don't know, you had a job that took you overseas, something along those lines. And this could just be saying in the recent past, you guys overcame that and are actually finding yourselves in the same space, basically. So that could be what's going on there. Another thing, too, this could also point to karmic cycles, and maybe you guys successfully completed a karmic cycle of some sort in a connection in the past. All right, the past position on their side, we have the Eight of Chalices and the Knight of Pentacles. So what sticks out to me here is actually regarding what I was saying, maybe you guys were living at a distance from each other. I'm almost picking up on the vibe that maybe around the time of Pisces, because this is actually a Pisces card here, the first 10 degrees of Pisces. This person might have told you that they had to leave, right? Maybe it came up last minute. All of a sudden their job asked them to take I don't know, do some project or something halfway across the country, or maybe they got accepted into school late at the last second and they didn't know. But to me, this represents that they might have left around the time of Pisces. And then with the Knight of Pentacles here, it could just be saying that they returned during the time of Virgo. So that was the first thing that came out to me there. Another way this could be playing out is with the Eight of Cups energy too. This could just be saying it represents, usually anyway, someone walking away and trying to find something more fulfilling. So for some of you, maybe they felt that, there wasn't any room for growth in your connection. So maybe they actually left the connection in that regard. It wasn't anything to do with moving or a job or anything. They just felt the connection had gone as far as it could go. And then maybe around the time of Virgo, they actually decided to come back and make you another offer. I don't know how that would have went over, but I mean, either way, with the Triumph card there, it looks like this was something that was supposed to happen, and you guys did have it play out exactly as it should have. So there's that. And also, since we are looking at water energy there, and I don't really see any on this side, I should mention too that for those of you, if you feel like the energies on this side sound more like your energy, and that sounds like the other person, then definitely trust that too. Almost forgot to mention that. All right, in the present position on your side, we have the Queen of Coins. So this is the Queen of Pentacles, and this is actually a court card of Capricorn. So one way that I could see this playing out is, like I said, let's say the person was away for whatever reason and now they're back in the picture, right? And maybe planning to stay. This can just be saying that this has you feeling more stable now, knowing that, okay, I know where I stand with this person. They finished whatever they were finished, wherever they were, now they're back. We could actually work and build on the connection, right? Maybe that's what's going on there. For others of you, just came to say that maybe because of the separation that you guys might have had, it could have been you that had to leave too. Maybe whatever that separation brought about, it might have ended up leading to an improvement in your financial standing in the process. So, for example, maybe if they maybe even if they were in the military and they got deployed for a while, right? Maybe you were just able to focus on, your career more, and as a result, your finances increased, right? But this overall represents a feeling of stability. This is also for you guys, Capricorn energy is your third house of communication. So this can just be saying that maybe you felt a little held back in those areas because you had Saturn retrograde there. It finally started to move direct recently, and then Pluto around the 3rd or 4th of October is going to move direct too, and that's your ruler. So, you could have felt very restricted, but now as we come into October, you guys are actually starting to feel some improvement in that area. All right. The present energy on their side is the Temperance card. So actually, speaking of the whole finance vibe, maybe that's part of it too. Maybe because they're back in the picture, right? Maybe they're contributing financially to the connection as well, so that helps your finances, right? That could be one way that it's playing out. Aside from that, though, this is just, Sagittarius energy, but it also represents balance being restored. So again, like I said, if they were the ones that had to leave in the past, whatever reason, this could just be saying that now in the present they're here, and they're actually putting in some effort and helping you feel that stability that it looks like you're feeling in the present. That's certainly how it could be playing out as well. Trying to think if anything else comes to mind with this, but not really. All right, and what's interesting though, in the future position on your side, we have the Princess of Coins. So this is actually the equivalent of the Page of Pentacles. So I almost feel like, I don't know, you might feel less stable because, like I said, I feel like more than anything with the Queen of Coins in the present, it represents you feeling more stable and secure in a connection, right? I mean, even look at the surroundings, right? They look pretty fresh and vibrant, and then if we look here, it looks like things are dying out some, right? Or maybe they just haven't grown yet. That's another way, depending on how you want to look at it. So this can just be saying that maybe for whatever reason, in the present they're there, but maybe they actually have to leave again in the future, because I feel like, it definitely just has that body language of disappointment going for it. So you might feel like you're starting all over again in some way too. That could be another way it's playing out. And maybe that's what that Sagittarius energy is about that we see here, is that, this is a person that often moves a lot. Because we have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck too, which is another indicator of Sagittarius energy. So maybe that's what the issue is. Maybe they were here for a while, right? And everything felt balanced, everything felt good. But then in the future, maybe they have to leave again. Let me see what we have. On their side, we have the Six of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Swords. So what stands out to me with this is the Six of Cups definitely represents that reconciliation vibe, right? Just reminiscing, thinking back on good times, thinking of a person fondly. But whereas with the Rider-Waite, we see two people present in the Six of Cups, and one of them is actually handing the other a cup. Here it looks like they're just looking at a painting, right? So that leads me to believe, again, there could be distance between the two of you for whatever reason. Like I said, whether it's their job keeps taking them out of the area, or they're in school, something like that. Like I said, for some of you, maybe even they're in the military. And actually, it could definitely be with the military, because if we look at the artwork there, we see the person holding the sword. So clearly, both of these, the artwork for both of these cards, we see the people aren't physically in the same space. It's like she's looking at this painting, reminiscing. She's looking at another painting, right, of someone that's not there. So can represent some distance again. But what's interesting, though, is this is the energy they're bringing. So I don't know if it's, maybe both of you guys just move around a lot. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm picking up on again, though, is that there's going to be some distance in the future. And it's like you guys do, it seems like the connection is there and it's real, but for whatever reason, you guys just don't seem to be in the same space very often. There's plenty of reasons why that could be the case, and we already covered some of them. I don't want to like repeat myself 5 million times, but just not sure exactly what it is. I can't pick up on exactly. Is it work? Is it, I don't know. Bottom of the deck on your side, we actually have the Five of Arrows. So this is the equivalent to the Five of Swords. Represents that energy of getting into conflicts where you know that there's not really going to be any benefit to it, but you still engage in the conflict anyway. And what stands out to me with this particular deck, the artwork here, going along with the storyline we were talking about, if we look at her, it's like she's reaching out for the guy, and she's the one holding the arrows. So in this case, swords, arrows are interchangeable. And if we look at him, he has the wings, right? So it's like she could be, maybe you started an argument with the person if you're the female, right? Maybe you started an argument with the person because they were leaving again. And, hey, that's really what comes to my mind there. So that could be what the fighting is about. The fact that they're constantly in and out. So it's interesting. It's like you started to build up to that stability, and maybe it's just like over time you started to feel like you were losing a little bit of hope in the connection. Um, Sorry, not the most positive sounding reading for your birthday, but that's really what's coming across to me, because this, like I said, it's the highest numbered card in the major arcana. It represents completion, successful completion. So it's like you were there in the past. Queen of Coins still represents, like I said, stability, and then down to the Princess in the future. So, and along with that, it looks like we see some movement from this person too. So I don't know. Whatever it is, it might be like out of their control. Because, like I said, it does look like they're fondly looking at you as well. So I don't think it's like they're voluntarily like, oh, I'm going to get away from Scorpio. It just seems to be some outside circumstances that pulls them away. Interesting. All right, we'll see if the Oracle cards add anything to the mix. So first, I'm going to try to see if I could get some messages from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck I have here. And for those of you who haven't seen me do this type of spread before, the way it works is I do pre-shuffle these decks, and I'm actually looking for jumpers. So first I'm going to be looking to see if there's any unspoken messages from you to them, and then after that we'll see if there's any from them to you. So I'll shuffle for a bit, see if we get any from them to you first. Almost had one there. Oh, there we go. All right, and now we'll see if there's any unspoken messages from them to you. Oh, got one, but it fell. So hold on, I'm gonna go pick that one up. All right, I stand corrected. It's actually two. So we have two from them to you and one from you to them. All right, so the one we got from you to them is I feel damaged, like I just can't do this. Interesting. Like I said, maybe that's along the lines of what I was saying, where I picked up on that vibe of feeling like you're losing hope the longer the connection goes along, right? Like I said, because maybe whatever they're in, it seems like they might get pulled away unexpectedly from time to time, and it could be for long periods of time too. So, you could just feel like, okay, you felt like, all right, here we are, we're going to be together, it's going to work out, right? Then all of a sudden, you're starting to, the Queen of Coins, like I said, still pretty good. Everything looks fertile in the area around. And then we see this at the end. And then that Five of Arrows, too, where, like I said, it looks like she's holding those arrows. So it's more likely that she was the one who was the one arguing, and then this person's just trying to leave, right? So this could just be saying that it's you losing hope in the connection, because you're like, okay, it looks like things are going to go great. Then all of a sudden, as time goes on, you start to lose hope, right? So from them to you, we have I wish I could take back the things I said. I don't really see any harsh communication cards here, but I forgot what was under there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe when they left, right? Maybe there was an argument, or to be fair, even though the five of arrows is on your side, it definitely takes two people to get involved in that dynamic too. So maybe you guys just, got into that argument and communicated harshly with each other. And then the second one we got is you've been in my dreams. So that's interesting because that immediately makes me think of what we were talking about here with the Six of Chalices energy and the Queen of Swords, where it's like she's looking fondly at that painting and reminiscing, and then same thing here, So it's like they do care for you, I feel like, but for whatever reason, like I said, maybe you guys will let me know in the comments, but it just seems like they're on the move, and it's not always planned ahead of time. It seems like it could happen at any moment. I don't know. It's really what I'm picking up on there. Let's see if you get anything else from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. So, same deal with this one. I did pre-shuffle this one before we started recording. And I'm just looking for one card here, and then we'll wrap up. All right. Oh, there we go. Card you guys got is Chop Wood. There's the artwork, and the number is 42. Okay, it says being grounded in everyday experience, humility. The Oracle's message. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which bring you ever closer to what you seek. So interesting there. What stood out to me the most was when it said there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant. So maybe this is just even saying in the past that this is the potential you saw in the connection, right? And like I said, maybe because they keep getting pulled away, it's like, okay, what you had great hopes for in the beginning seems to, not be panning out that way, but maybe it's just advising to be a little bit more patient in that case. I don't know. We'll see what the actual relationship message itself says. It says nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just to be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. So it's interesting there that says the work of your relationship right now is very simple, just to be present. I mean, I do see, like I said, in the present energy, it does seem like they are there. But then I get the vibe with the Knight of Wands and then the energy we see at the end there that they're not going to be there anymore. So I don't know. Maybe it's not even about the person traveling. Maybe they just have commitment issues. You know what I mean? Like when they do start to get settled, right? Maybe they get happy feet all of a sudden. They're like, okay, I don't know. Maybe they just freak out when they start to get past a certain point in a relationship, and that could be your frustration because maybe in the past you thought that they'd overcome that, right? But then you see the same cycle playing out again. And the five of arrows can point to repetitive cycles as well. So I don't know. I mean, in a way, I'm like, I hope it doesn't resonate because it's not the happiest reading, but hopefully it did make sense for those of you who are going through the situation, though. We'll wrap up there. Like I said, once again, happy birthday to those of you celebrating October, and I'll see you all next month. All right. Bye.